Hello and welcome to another lesson with me, Bons. Today we are going to focus on adjectives. So let's take a look. First of all, let's explain what is uh, an adjective. Adjective uh, describes a noun, or it's better to say adjectives describe nouns. Okay, and we can use adjectives in some different situations. But let's tell you, I'm going to explain what are the categories and how many categories do we have? Look at this part. We have different types. For example, we have common adjectives. Okay. We have possessive adjectives, color, nationality. We have comparative, sorry, superlative. We have personality. We have appearance, strong, and the other types. Okay. Today, I'm not going to talk about all of them, only I'm going to make an example for you. Then you can understand we have different types. But today is different because I'm going to teach you how can we use adjectives. But first of all, let's make an example about each type. For example, common adjective. For example, you can say far, the opposite is near. For example, easy, the opposite of that is difficult, or like these things. Possessive adjectives like, for example, my, his, her, its, your, our, and their, as you see. Color like black, blue, they are adjectives too. Nationalities like, for example, American, British, Turkish, Japanese, for example, and the other things. Comparative like, for example, bigger, smaller, more, beautiful, and these things. Superlative is, uh, for example, the smallest, uh, the most, sorry, dangerous. Sorry to correct it. The best, and these words, for example, personality means kind, friendly, and like that. Appearance means tall, short. For example, uh, beautiful, ugly, and like these words. Strong adjectives, like for example, starving. Starving means very hungry. Okay. So there are some examples about the adjectives, but my question is something else. In the future, we are going to talk about each one separately, but let's look at this part, that how can we use adjectives? How to use For example, uh, adjectives. Listen, we can use adjectives in three different situations. Number one, you can use them before nouns. For example, you can say a big car, or for example, beautiful houses, for example. And as you see here, big is an adjective, beautiful is an adjective, car is a noun, and houses is a noun again. But there is a point. Look at this part. Here I used a because we have a singular noun. But for the next word, I said beautiful houses. This is plural. Okay, this is plural noun. Because of this, I can't use a or an. The other one, number two, it is after to be verbs. To be verb means like am, is, are. The past tense is, for example, was and were, and be. We can use these things. For example, they are the past form and present. Let's make an example for you. That watch is expensive. That watch is expensive. Another one, these are nice cars. So again, as you see, expensive is an adjective, nice is an adjective, cars is noun, but be careful, this is plural. Okay, this is more than one. And because we have S, cars, okay, and the other one is about, for example, is. Is to be verb, and are again to be verb. About be, we use be for imperative or order. For example, you can say, be quiet. Be quiet. As you see, quiet is an adjective, and be is a to be verb. Or for example, be careful. Okay, be polite, or like these things, you can use that. Another one is, the third situation is after some verbs. Which verbs are related to your feelings? Okay, for example, like for example, smell, look, for example, taste, touch, and these words. For example, you can say she looks happy. As you see, happy is an adjective, and looks is the verb. After some verbs are related to your feelings, you can use an adjective. Okay. So again, coming back to this part. So as I told you, we have different types: common, possessive adjectives, color, nationality, comparative, superlative, personality, appearance, strong adjectives. And but in the future, we are going to talk about one by one. But today, I'm going to teach you again how to use them. So in three different situations, you can use before nouns, as you see, after to be verbs, and the other one is after some specific verbs are related to your feelings, like smell, look, taste, touch, and these words. So let's go and make an example here for you. The first part said we must use these words to make sentences. As you see, blue is bag hair. So this is not a sentence. Oh, her bag is blue. So look at this one. Fast a car is. So it's a fast car. This is the first answer. The next one is husband good looking, very Amy's. So uh, Amy's husband is very good looking. Is very good looking. The next one, books big, they're very. So they're very, they're very big books. Again, as you see, adjectives and nouns. Adjectives before nouns, after to be verbs. The next one, phone chip a is this. This is a cheap phone. This is a, a cheap phone, as you see. The next part, sorry, because I don't have enough space, I must write it here. A photo, it's a terrible okay? It's a terrible photo. It's a terrible photo. So for number 6 to 10, I think you can do it by yourself as a piece of homework. I will give it to you. So if you want from this part, yes, you can do this as your homework, as a piece of homework, exactly. So thank you so much for having me. If you have any questions, please comment, and I hope to see you next session. Best wishes and goodbye.